Hey everybody, not a lot going on in the fish room today, but I have been putting off a water change on my office tank here for a very long time. I don't even remember the last time I did a water change in here. I've topped it off a whole bunch of times in the meantime, but I've not done a water change in months probably. So today we're going to get in there and do just that. I am going to remove a lot of this Java moss you can see growing here in the front. There's actually Java Windelov as the main plant right there, and it's just got so much of this Java moss growing through it you can't even tell that there's Windelov in the middle of all that. So we're going to try to get some of that thinned out. Again, the Java moss is growing all over the roots of the pothos plant here. We're going to trim the pothos plant up, and we are going to attend to the filter area. I did actually just change that filter and cleaned out the biomedia not a week ago in the process of doing a big top off, and you can see we're definitely down on water again, and we are definitely clogged up and backed up and ready to do a big filter change. So you can see how that Java moss really does just get a hold of everything and grow everywhere in your tank. That's the Java moss just growing all over my filter like that. So I'm not going to worry about cleaning all that off. I actually kind of like the way it looks, honestly. So as long as the water's flowing through that filter instead of around it like it is now, we'll be good to go. Again, I'm going to drain a couple of gallons of water out, top it off, we'll get the glass wiped down, all that good stuff. So just going to be a simple before and after video, and you can consider this your before. And there's your after. So I got in there and pulled a lot of Java moss out of there. I did not realize how much had started to grow over everything. There's still a ton of it in there. You can never really get Java moss out of a tank, and I'm not really trying to. I just wanted to reduce it so it was manageable amounts. But you can see all that green moss. It's still growing on the rocks. You can see a lot of the moss is still growing through the roots back there. That's all the roots from that pothos plant. I trimmed some of that out of the way, and you can actually see that I've got an Anubias growing in this tank. It's actually a pretty vigorous Anubias. You just could never tell it was back there. It just hides underneath of those pothos leaves and all blends together. So as I looked around, I did find varying sizes of the red wag platies. I do have this one very unusual red wag platy in there. It's almost yellow. So I'm not really sure what the deal with that one is, but it's really interesting. It's the only one that looks that way. All the rest of them look just like red wag platies. I've just got this one unusual color morph in there that looks orange or sort of yellowy color. It's weird. So if we look around, you can see little teeny tiny ones swimming around, so there's still fry in there. So I've still got a breeding population. You look in the back corner, there's some little tiny ones. So they still keep on breeding, and I don't know if they're feeding on them as they go or what, but it just seems to be like a self-sustaining population. I don't really get in there and thin them out. I've obviously got a lot of the red wag platies in this tank, but it seems to be just a self-regulating, self-sustaining population, and so I've never really worried about it. I do have a few guppies in there. I've actually got some really pretty El Tigre green tiger guppies in there. They're beautiful little things, but they tend to get lost in the shuffle with all those red wag platies in there. So I got the plants trimmed down a little bit. We did about 5 gallons of water out of it. I filled it back up with probably more than 5 gallons because I filled it way up to the top. I wiped the glass down inside and out, and I swapped out a new filter. I cleaned out the biofilter, and that was about all we did with the filtration. I didn't get in there and remove any of that moss or anything. Again, I like that sort of natural look with that moss growing all over everything. As long as you're willing to get in there and, you know, keep it on top of it and remove it. Again, think about mowing the lawn. Just because you mow the lawn doesn't mean you're never going to have to do it again. The grass will grow back. You'll have to get out there. You'll have to do it again. And so as long as I don't mind that, it can grow in the tank. I don't mind it growing here and there. But it was really getting out of control, and it was high time to get in there and get some of that out. So we did, and there it is, and I hope you enjoyed that. So thanks for watching this one. Make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget, I do a live stream every Friday night and Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're subscribed, you ring that bell, you won't miss any of the notifications for the live streams or anything else I do. So thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed that. See you real soon in the next one.